We are excited to host you this second edition. The theme of the national budget for this year is harnessing the power of commercial agriculture, industrialization, service expansion, digital transformation, and market access to fully monetize Uganda's economy.
The insurance industry is keen on creating impact. And I want to tell you that we have expanded our policy benefits. If you engage any of our members, you will notice that we've expanded our policy benefits for them to be relevant.
I'm happy to have attended the UMA Budget Dialogue. It's a very wonderful experience, bringing all the key stakeholders in one house so that we discuss and providing an opportunity to us, the people in manufacturing, to meet the key policy makers and also interact amongst ourselves to see how we can together work with the government to grow the manufacturing sector.
I want to mention to you that our government, the NRM government, remains committed to our mission. And our mission, in the context of this dialogue, is to move people from the poverty they are in to money income, to the money economy.
We believe that when we deal with one entity, we should be able to actually tap into the entire value chain of that entity, meaning if I'm looking at a corporate entity, I should be able then to see how I can support the suppliers of that entity, the transporters of that entity, and the staff of that entity, the people who are working for that entity. We have so many products that are tailored to support.
Today we had the opportunity to speak to government and the members of UMA to talk about how we can improve the economy. For us, that means having the opportunity to talk about the taxation that's in place, to talk about access to markets, to talk about energy costs and how they're affecting our production.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they have done their part in terms of negotiating bilateral, multilateral agreements.
Even before we talk about the East African community and anywhere else, we still have a huge local market that we are yet actually to optimize in terms of access.
To be able to penetrate other markets. We are talking about markets in the region. We are talking about Africa Continental Free Trade Area. You're not going to sell there unless you are really ready.
Today, Movit could be arguably the biggest fully indigenous taxpayer in this country. What will happen when you run them out of business? There's a possibility that you're going to affect Ugandans, but you're going to affect the government as well, because you're not going to be able to get the tax that we contribute. So we are seeking for involvement in terms of, as government tries to structure these policies, involve the key players, because you may end up running them out of business.
Instead of squeezing a structured, more compliant sector, which you are assured that 95% of that sector will actually voluntarily comply, what are your strategies in tapping into the informal sector that is hugely untaxed?
We are trying to grow the tax base so that, as you said, we don't squeeze the members right here who are helping to develop Uganda.
UMA is moving on the right path, and definitely a lot of response is also being received from the government and various bodies of the government.
I think I want to first thank UMA. UMA and ERA have worked very closely. I think they can testify to that. Very closely, we've come a long way, and I know we are still working with UMA.
I call upon UMA to really
get out of this mediocrity position they are in and expand the manufacturing association, try out and reach out to as many citizens of this country.
On the aspect of the reducing power tariff, that's quite encouraging. For sure, government is doing a good work.
The way in all these organizations we have departments for marketing and sales, create that in the new nomenclature, Mr. Commissioner. I know this can't escape your input into the discussion, which as of now government has deliberately left private sector out. We wish you the best on that one.